Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy AA2420, bringing you guys a Week 12 playoff picture. Now, if you missed last week, of course, then that means that obviously there was no last week because Rob and I were both busy. There was actual other things going on, so sadly neither of us could get the playoff preview out. But we're here this week for, I guess, the last week of playoff preview. But I am joined, as I said, by Rob.
What's up, everyone? And I know last week I made a joke about, last week I made a joke about, no one actually liking me. And I meant it as a joke, and people were actually concerned about it. They were like, hey, why does no one like Rob? And I feel like people would have gotten that it was a joke, but then people started listing the reasons why they don't like me.
Wait, people actually did that?
Yeah, he was like, oh, he sleeps with his socks on. He pisses sitting down. He pours his milk for
What? Rob, what the actual fuck?
It hurt my character. But
damn, man, people must really like you, Rob. But yeah, let's get into the actual playoff preview. So Rob, would you like to start us off with something not sleeping with your socks related?
Yeah, okay, which I don't do, for all you know. So Moon Conference actually has a lot updated about it, and that's because a lot of people have been eliminated. A lot of people have been, set for the playoffs. This is because Necro has mathematically been eliminated from the playoff race since he lost Tom's San Jose Sharpedos. Statistically, even if he wins 6-0, he won't be able to make the playoffs, so that is the end of his journey. Also, Callum was eliminated after losing to the Steve's Milwaukee Sawsbucks. So that leaves really just 5 teams in it right now. Those teams being MV, Geo, Troy, being, what's his name? Crimson, sorry. And Tom. So we'll get into that in a little bit.
You forgot John.
Did I not say John? Oh,
no.
Also John.
All right. So from the Sun Conference, though, we've confirmed the 4 teams that are in playoffs, being Gator, Chimp. Also, we have Mono and George, because after last week, Lars and Duncan have been officially eliminated from playoffs. And if we had playoff preview last week, you would have known that Dan was actually eliminated after week 10 when he lost to George. And Tup was already out of playoffs a long time ago. So we now have the 4 people confirmed for playoffs, but we are now going to get into the actual bracket for playoffs, where you can see right now there's obviously teams in order for seeding, but these can change at any moment, because regardless, every single team in the Sun Conference has a condition that could be met where any of them can end up being top seed. So if George wins this week versus Mono, he's guaranteed top seed no matter what, because his differential will be too good. No one can pass him, not even Chimpact. Chimp can be first seed if he beats Dan and George loses to Mono, and he can also be second seed if Chimp wins and Mono wins, or any other possible combination, assuming that Mono also has a higher differential. But point is, Chimp is also still in playoffs. Mono gets top seed if he wins versus George and Chimp loses, or if he beats Chimp, or if he beats Chimp by differential in terms of him beating George and Chimpact also winning this week. Now, Gator can be top seed if George loses to Mono, and also Chimp loses to Dan, and Gator wins versus Duncan and still has a higher differential versus Mono. So as I said, those are the main things. There's a bunch of other possibilities, but they're very, very unlikely. But basically, anyone in that division can end up having any seed at this point. It's still very ambiguous, but those are definitely the 4 confirmed seeds for playoffs. Now let's check out the Moon Conference.
Yeah, on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, this really just comes down to one game. Okay, so all the Moon conference seedings are actually set in stone. MV and the Chimp Chargers will be first seed. Geo, San Francisco Giants will be second. John and the New Orleans Pelicans will be third. And it all comes down to one last game. This is the one to watch for if you're keeping track of the Moon division. Tom and the San Jose Sharpedos taking on Crimson and the Detroit Steel Wings. Whoever wins this will be the final place in the Moon Conference playoffs and 4th playoff spot, and end up playing MV. So it all comes down to that. So
yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a match. Can't wait to see that.
It should be.
So these are currently the teams in playoffs. There's currently 9 teams still in contention, with really only 2 that are up in the air, being Crimson and Tom. So make sure to stay tuned next week to find out which is the last team for playoffs. That is going to be it, though, for playoff preview. it has been your boy AA Round 2 for 20, and also the other guy, Rob, I guess. We are signing off now.
I just need to throw this out. There's nothing wrong with being a stall player. I stand with the stall players.
I was literally about to call you a fucking stall player.
Well, I am.
Yep. Well, that is it. It has been me, your boy AA Round 2 for 20, and your infamous stall player, Poker Rob. We're signing out. Goodbye, all you GBA fans.